So this was the finish of yesterday, and I have to see, well, I can't find it now. I forget. I think this is 64. We'll call it 64. Yes, come get one. There you go. Alrighty. So we did. I what? I picked what up? The paper. Yeah, I didn't pick up yours because you have yours, correct? Yeah. Okay, so here we go. So we have everybody else's. And I think we had just done one of these here. So we're going to go back and see. We did the B. We set up the B. We were trying to figure out if it was area, and this was definitely area. The T was they're covering a table. It was area. This is the one we did together. This was they are, how far is it around the earth, which was circumference. And then we'll probably just finish on your paper this P and the L. So on the letter P, we'll finish up these two, and I don't think we need to go back and do all those others. So we're just going to work on these. How many square miles are in the station's broadcast area? Who thinks, without looking at anything else, who thinks they know if that's going to be circumference or area? Area. It's going to be area because it says, number one, very good, how many square miles? You only get square miles when you're finding an area. And then also, how many square miles are in the broadcast area? So this station broadcast in all directions to a distance of 40 miles. So this is the picture. And their broadcasting tower is right here. And they're going to broadcast 40 miles in this direction. 40 miles in this direction. 40 miles in this direction. Who knows again? Is that going to be area or circumference? Area. It's going to be area because they're broadcasting in that entire area. So it is going to be area is equal to pi r squared. And in that one, it's, well, in fact, we've already got, do we have the radius? Yes, the radius is 40. So let's just fill it out. And again, we're going to do these last two. And we're going to, so I need 2 of the 40s. All right, so before we do one thing, can anybody estimate what that answer is going to be? Is how much? I think bigger than that. No, I think you might be right. Okay, so 4, what's 4 times 4? So it's going to be 1,600, and then 1,600 times 3. And 16 times 3 is, I think, 48. So it's going to be about 4,800. So what do you think would be the best answer if I'm running out of time on a multiple choice and I just have to pick it? Probably that one, yeah. Yeah, either that one or that one. I'm going to pick probably the lower one. So we're going to go ahead and do it. So let's, again, learn to work with zeros. So it's going to be 3, 1, 4. I'm just going to go times 16. We can tack on the zeros later. So it's going to be 24. Who here has gone to a public school? Is anybody? How long ago? I know where you're in a public school. Last year. What school did you go to? What is it? ASC? Oh. What city was that in? Okay. How was it? Were the kids like so sweet and so content like here? Was it a little crazy on the crazy realm? Okay, on the crazy realm. Okay. I don't want you guys changing into the crazy realm. Just you keep up your high standards. Okay, so we're done with the ones. And then, hold on, 1 times 4, 1, 3 is 4, 1, 3. And then we really had 1,600. So I'm going to bring these way down here and then add the rest. Yes. Okay, you are a child of God, and you should have high standards, all of us. Okay, you're a child of royalty. You need to have high standards. All right, so on this one, this is going to be 10. Okay. And then I need to move in how many places? 2. And it was the one that we thought. So it was this one right here. And we'll finish this one up, because this problem just scares me. It's scary, the size of this Ferris wheel. So, okay, before I do anything, I'm just going to look at the question. How far would you travel in one turn of this wheel? You're going around a Ferris wheel. Is that going to be circumference or area? Circumference, you're going around the circle. So it says the world's largest Ferris wheel has a radius of 150 feet. So it has a radius of 150 feet. Now, let's kind of picture what that is in your mind. Let's say the average height in here is about 5 feet. So if the average person is about 5 feet, let me see how many people would be standing up to make this. So, okay, 30 people standing up, 30 people standing up would be the radius of this. That's big. I would not go on that. That 30 feet. How big is 30 feet? I think is higher than our building. I don't want to go on that. And then they want to know, if you go around this, you know, you're sitting in that little basket, is how far would you go with one turn of that Ferris wheel? Again, is that circumference or area? Circumference. So circumference is, the easiest one is diameter times pi. By the way, when you were taking the NWEA, when you got to ones that had...
They did have the formula.
They did have the formula?
They did. Yeah, we have to read the instructions.
They did have it. Okay, that's refreshing to know. So how did you, was there a pull down?
It was a cylinder. No, it wasn't a pull down. It was just in the instructions like on the top.
Okay, and did it, oh, it was in the instructions, it gave it to you right in the problem. Okay, good. Okay, good. Then you should have just followed that. When they had like a conversion of ounces to pounds? Okay, alrighty. So anyway, so that is our radius. What is our diameter? It's 300. So now it's going to be real easy to do. So the diameter is 300 times our pi value. Who wants to estimate what that answer is going to be? About 900, a little bit over 900. So it's probably going to be, do we think the 942?
Yes.
It has to be that one. So this is a good skill to have to estimate, especially when you're doing multiple choice. So we'll go ahead and do it again. Learn how to work with your zeros. Is I don't work with them. I just put them to the side, bring them down. What's motivational? I don't. Well, because you know what a lot of kids do, don't you?
Yes, but what if I was zero?
It just drives me crazy, because you want to learn how to do math efficiently. And a lot of kids will go, 0 times 4 is 0, 0 times 1 is that, 0 times that is that.
What if we are zeros? Would you still work with us?
Yes, I would. Because we have no place to go except at least to 1. And maybe 10.
Is 0 a real number?
0 is kind of a real number, but we don't use it in context of people. Okay, anyway, so we have our answer. Go ahead and put it down. 952 feet.
42.
942 feet. How many people is that? 5? I'm just curious. Into 942, that's 1. That would be 5, 4, 4, 8, 40, 42. Another. It's about 188 people stretched out. Like that would be way beyond And you're going around all that time.
Yeah, but I think it's like, I think the baskets are like really good. Like,
The baskets are big, but still, if you fall.
Are you sure only that many people did?
Only what?
Taylor was this tall, and Taylor was this tall. It was this. So,
I have a feeling that Abhinav has a new career in front of him. Like comedian. I think you should find a stage. Yeah.
I feel like you're gonna be a little waiting to come over to finish.
But anyway, let.
You'll be like,
ruler of McDonald's.
Alrighty, so girls and boys, go ahead and put on, so this one, we'll keep this one 64, and I'll collect that in a little bit. This one's 65. We're done with the other one. We know the difference between circumference and area, correct?
Yeah.
I hope so. So now you're just going to complete this table, and not just yet, is we're going to do a frequency table. So they gave us part of it. A frequency table has, do you have front and back? You should. Okay, then give me yours, because you should have a front and back. Okay, thank you. You probably took them from the back. Here, you need a front and a back. Okay, here you go. Alrighty, so on this one, they're measuring different heights, and they're giving you a different range. I think that the ranges are, there's 10 units in every one. Okay, 10 units. And the doctor is making tally marks for everybody that he sees between this height. One person might come in for this, then another person is that, then the next patient might be this, and he's registering all those heights until the end of the day. So it's, we have to figure out how, it says complete the table. First of all, this is the tally marks. The frequency is the number. So how many did he record right here?
3.
He recorded 3. Okay. And the cumulative is how many heights so far. So far that's going to be 3. And then on the second group, how many did he tally up? 6. So when you go over here, when you do your tally marks, anything over 5, you start another group. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th one, you do it across. So that's a group of 5, and then 1. So you can easily count that is 5, and 1 more is 6. And so the frequency for that group was 6 people were that height, in between that height. And now the cumulative is you add the last one and the 6 that we just had, and that will give you the 9. Okay. So how many people were there in the 1.41 to the 1.50 range? 7. So we need to do the same thing. We need to put our tally marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how many more do I need to draw? 2 more. And so that was 7. Now what is our cumulative amount of people?
16.
Yeah, 9 plus the 7 people that we just recorded is 16. Then this one, they've already tallied 3. So what number should I put here for the frequency? You're going to put a 3. And what is our new cumulative frequency?
19.
Is 19. The 16 we already had. 3 more is 19. And apparently there was only 1 person in this group. That's a 1, which makes our total what? Makes our total 20. Then, okay, hold on just a second. Alrighty. And then it says, start here. How many heights were recorded? Who knows how many heights? There were 20 altogether. That is our total, so it's 20. Within which range are the greatest number of heights? There you go. So 1.41 to 150. How many more? So this means I think we have to subtract, or we can just look at the chart and see. How many more were from the 131 to 140? Then then the ones that were less than 131. So we're comparing this one and this one. This one had 6. This one had 3. How many more are in the second group? There are 3. Okay. On this one, it is 3. And then, what conclusion? Write a conclusion about this data.
Conclusion.
Well, I would say most heights fell between what and what?
131 and 150.
There you go. Because both of those are essentially the same. We're between 1.31 to 1.50. And then,
It's 20 to 130.
what's that?
What, 91?
Okay, because we're using both of these groups. Starts at 131. Okay, so hold on. So on this one, they're doing. Let me look at our time, because we might not get to everything, but okay. This one wants us to tally. So let's go ahead and see how many. We'll try to set this one up. I don't know if we're going to get to all of it because I want to get to the back. So on this one, there's a 135. These are the 100-meter dash finals. And how many one? I'm going to cross that one off. Tally ones. There's another one. Tally a second time. Are there any more 1.35s? No. What's the next time?
1.36.
So it goes 1.36, 1.37, 1.38, 1.39. I think that's it. So here put 13.6, 13.7, 13.8, and 13.9. And then we're just going to start tallying them up. So let's look for all the 13.6. You start counting yours. 1,
2, 3, 4,
3,
5.
so 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th one, you do a diagonal. And so we can put 5.
There's 7 and 7.
Then on the 137, start counting those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it 7? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many 13.8s?
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. And there's what?
There's only. Oh, yeah, 2.
1 and 2. And then, how many altogether were there?
18.
No. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 2 rows of it, there should be 20. All right. And they're getting the relative frequency, which is, I'm going to put it in percent form. So this group was 2 out of 20. This group was 5 out of 20. They did it decimal, but I'm going to put it as a percent. This one is 7 out of 20. This one is 4 out of 20. This one is 2 out of 20. Now, to be a percent, I want that bottom number to be 100. What could I multiply it for it to be 100?
5.
By 5. Again, so it's going to be 2 times 5 is, that's going to be 10 over 100, which is 10%. And that's how they got 0.10. What do we multiply the 20 times to get it to be 100? So we're going to multiply the top times 4. Guess what the percent is?
4%.
What?
20 times 5.
20 times 5.
No, because that's 25.
No, he's right. It's 20 times 5, so that's Candy, and 5 times 5. So that's going to be what percent? 20 times, it's going to be 25%. And this one's going to be times what again? Times 5, so that's going to be 35%. The next one's going to be what? Times 5, you're right, it's going to be 20%. And this last one's going to be what? Times, yeah. And again, always make sure that this should add up to be 100%. So 25 and 35 is 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And I'm not going to worry about the questions. I don't care about the questions right now, because I know that we could answer them. If I have time, we'll come back. So this one is, did I say 65? Yeah. Yes, okay. So now, have we done mean, median, mode, and range? A little bit, but we're going to have a full page of it now. So, how do you find the mean? The mean teacher is going to average your grade. Yeah, you're going to add them up, and we'll just find room here. So, or some of them we can maybe do mentally. And I like to double up. Like I'm going to add 5 and 6, and I'm going to put an 11. 7 and 7 is 14. The 9 and 10 is 19. And then the 12 and the 6 is 28. And then it makes it a little bit easier to add. In fact, I'm still going to double it up right here. I'm going to put 25. And this one is going to be 7, 2, 3, 4. So what does that come to? That comes to 12. That's 72. So the total comes to 72. And how many different ages do we have? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
2, 4, 6, 8.
Yeah, I think you count all of them. Ages of the children ages of the children that are lined up in the dark. We would have to count all of them. And so to get the mean, we're going to take the 72 divided by, what did we say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Divided by 8. So that mean is going to be what?
9.
The mean age was 9. Okay. Then we'll do the next easiest one, which is the mode. The mode is, does anybody remember? The mode sounds like the most. Which age appears the most often? The 7. So the mode is 7. And the next easiest to do is the range. That's how big my ranch is, from the lowest mile marker to the highest mile marker. What is the highest mile marker? 16. So it's going to be 16 minus, what's the lowest? Minus 5. How long is my ranch? 11 miles long. Okay. And then, is this one already lined up from least to greatest? To get the median, it's the middle when it is lined up from least to greatest. So 5, 6, 7, 7, 9, 10. It is lined up. But do I have a middle one?
It is 8.
Yeah. If I don't have a middle one, I either see what it would be if I did have one, and 7 and 9 is right on either side of what number? Is 8. Or I could add them up, which is 16, and divide it by 2. So the median is 8. All right. And by the way, the bigger the range, that means the bigger the difference of the numbers that I had to choose from. All right, and then let's do it on this one. The only problem on this one, if I'm doing the median, is this lined up from least to greatest? No. So I'm going to reline it up over here. My smallest is 25. I've got another 25. The next smallest is 30. Then there's 2 that are 40. And then I have a 50. So we'll come back and do that in a second. So we'll first get the mean. What's the mean teacher going to do to get your average? What is she going to do? Yeah, so I'm going to take 25 and 25 and 50. Oh, then,
210.
yeah, 25 and 25 is 50, and that 50 is 100. And then 40 and 40 is 80. 90, 110. Is it 210?
Yeah.
So we get but can your grade be 210? We've got to divide it by what?
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll do it up here, so 210. Who knows the final mean?
5. 35.
Yeah, so it's going to be 35. And we'll do the most. Which one appears the most?
The 40 and the 30. Or the 25.
Yeah, and you can have 2, and I put most, but it should be mode. Well, it's okay. You can have 2 that are the mode. So it is the 25 and the 40. Then the next one we said, let's do our range. How big is my ranch from the smallest mile marker?
5.
Yeah, it is going to be the 50 minus the 25. So it is 25 miles long. That's the big ranch. Okay. And then the last one is the median. So we've already lined them up here. What is it going to be? Yeah, and I could eyeball it right in between 30 and 40 is 35. Okay. And you're going to have a break in just a second.
No.
Okay, so over 5 weeks, he sold 223, this amount, this amount, this amount, and this amount of sandwiches. He wants to know how much bread to order from the bakery.
Can we save this for tomorrow?
No, we could do it.
No.
Because you're not going to be here tomorrow. See, he's a sly one. Abinab is a sly one.
Oh my God.
So, he sold, this is very interesting. So let's just add those. In fact, let's put them in order. It says on this data, find the mean, median, and mode. Tell which measure is most useful in describing the data. So,
We want to know how much bread.
yeah, so it's totally an off question. So this is going to be, I'm still going to line them up. So the smallest one was 228, then 223, 223, then the 228, then the 230, then the 236, and then the 473. Do you think that the mean, median, mode, any of them are going to help him decide how much bread to buy?
No.
I don't think so.
Can we ask for help from the calculator?
Yes.
Can what?
Can we ask for help from the calculator?
No, come on, guys, we could do this. But what I'm going to do is we're not going to do all of those statistics. We'll just do a couple. So this one is going to be 11. Carry it. So that's 2 and 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. So we're getting it to be a little bit smaller. And these 3 together are not bad to add. 6 and 3 is 9. 7 and 3 is 10. And 3 more is 13. And carry that little 1 over. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Well, This is over 5 weeks. Oh, I guess he's looking to see maybe about how much bread he needs each week. So about how much bread he needs each week. However, I have a question. Is this a single slice sandwich or a double slice? Okay, one loaf. We'll think it's like a Subway sandwich where it's the loaves. So let's divide that through by 5 and see about how much he needs. By the way, if I'm to divide by 5, should I round this up a little bit?
No.
Yes. I would round it up to about 940. And so we're going to take 940 and divide it by 5. We'll put it right beside it. We'll find a spot. So that's 1. 1 times 5 is 5 because we're going to get the answer right now. Well, maybe we will. Okay. 5 goes into that. 8. 8 times 5 is 40. And that goes 8. So he needs about 188 loaves per week. But does he really? Let's go ahead. Okay, and we're probably going to end up right here. Let's go ahead and look at the median number. What was the median number? What was the one in the middle? And by the way, hold on a second. This doesn't seem possible. No, I totally added wrong. You're right, a calculator is in order. Because, yeah, that can't be possible. And why did I know that couldn't be right?
Because it would be in decimals.
No. But look at your numbers. Did we have anything under $200? I mean, under 200 sandwiches?
No.
So you can never get an average that's lower than your low or higher than your high. So we're going to re-add that real fast. So 223 plus, oh, I see what I did. Yeah, I see what I did. I see exactly what I did. It's right here. I added the first 2. I added the last 3, but I forgot to add them up. So this is 0. That's 10. That is 7. Was that a 5 or, yeah, that's a 5. So 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's 9 and 4 is 13. Okay. So I'm going to redivide that again. So just go ahead and put 1380 and I'll divide it on the calculator. So 1380 divided by 5 is 276. Now, so that is our mean. But our median is only 230. And we don't have a mode. So this seems maybe a little high. Why would this be a little high?
Because there's a lot of bread.
But isn't there's a word that you need to know. There's one week it's called an outlier, that it throws your data off. Which one appears that it's outside this one? So this one is a little bit high compared to I'll put our median down here. Our median is 230 because we don't know if there was a big party, several weddings. Is that going to be the same for every single one? So we could say, anyway, I'm not going to have you write anymore. And yeah, the median is the one in the middle. The range I don't care about right now. The mode, we have no mode. So these are the only significant ones that we really need. And now Abinab. Well, let's go back to this one. I think we have a minute. How many runners had a speed of exactly 13.8? This is easy. 13.8. Look at your 13.8. 4. We've already got all the numbers. 4. Which time was run the most often? 13.7. Which time was run by exactly 5 runners? Isn't this easy? How many times were recorded altogether? 20. How many more runners had a time of 13.7 than 13.5? How many? 2, because this was 7, this was 2. 7 minus 2 is 5. Okay, now Abinab, make sure everybody has your name on this one, and Abinab's going to pick up both of them. Okay, well, Caitlin, you want to pick up one, and then Abinab can pick up the other? Okay.
Actually, I can take some other units and
Okay, thank you.
Can I have the little ones?
The little ones.
Like the different colored ones?
Let me see if I can find it.
Can I have a doggy wrencher?
No. Yes. Is it white?
No.
It's a pencil patch.
No. Okay, do that.
Thank you.
Okay, let's put that one back. And I don't know if I have any more Charlie wrenches. Let's see. We're down to the bottom of the barrel. I do have a couple.
Can I have the green one?
The which one?
Green. Okay.
There you go.
There's some oak.
Okay, we're good. Okay. And we are done.